have a stock. I feel like I have enough to
Yeah.
pull from. And if I'm going to buy something, it's going to be fun stuff.
Me too. Yeah. That's how I feel.
For
like
us going out.
Right. It'll be for a real event, not for school. Like, I got stuff. I've been wearing the same stuff like you. Same. But
Yeah,
I used to shop for school.
I did too.
And maybe that was when I first started teaching. And I had my teacher clothes. Like,
well, I did after I had my babies because I had to. I told you I had to reinvent myself. And you know, I did for a few years as I was trying to find myself. But now I have kind of a little bit of a style that I have set. And I am good. I will definitely just rock what I have and mix it up. And I like it because it's making me, it's challenging me to think outside of the box.
Right. And then, you know, students change anyway. So it's new to them. Even if you're at the same place, who cares?
All right, girl. You know, one of my favorite things is the elephant in the room.
Mine too.
I was so excited to share this with you. I don't know. Okay. Background. We all know the beautiful representative from California.
Woo-hoo. Sunshine State.
Your state.
Maxine. You talking about Auntie Maxine?
Auntie Maxine.
Maxine Waters.
She is definitely something to talk about. There's always something to talk about Miss Waters.
She definitely has resurfaced in for the culture. Like, so she's been in politics forever.
Yes.
But the new people, the millennials, are here for her.
Yes.
And she's here for them. And she didn't even know it. She
was
was like, I'm learning new words. And the interview, she's so cute. She reminds me of, like, my grandmother. She reminds me of my aunt. Like, just that whole vibe. Yeah. It's classy.
Are you talking about Cousin Judy?
She reminds me of Cousin Judy. All of them are like...
I love her. Yes. That is my cousin, too.
They are just so classy and so serious, but, like, still jokey and, like, demands... She also reminds me of
demand respect.
Yes. She reminds me of my principal who retired just recently.
That was your favorite, right?
Perkins. Yeah.
You told me all about her. Mm-hmm.
She had me waking up extra early just to be there before she got there because it was like just being around someone like that makes you want to sit up a little taller and like, you know what I mean? People like that. My Auntie Reed, Val's aunt, Val's mom.
That is so cool.
Are all those types. So you know your mom. Like, they're all that.
Yes.
So we see our family in her.
Yeah, absolutely. Which is why so many people call her Auntie Maxine. Yes. So I don't know if you guys have seen this, but we will definitely share it to the Sweet Tea and Sunshine page because it is something to be seen, honey. So I'm scrolling and my daddy is such a political person and I love having a little something to chit chat with him about. So I saw this video of Auntie Maxine and she is speaking at the House Financial Services Committee meeting. And she's asking Treasury Secretary Stephen, do you know how to say his last name? Mnuchin? I think that's correct.
Yeah.
She's asking him a question about a letter that she and her committee had written him. And she was asking, had he received the letter? All she wanted to know is, did you or did you not receive this letter?
And I believe that she's committee chair.
Yes.
So chair means you're over it. So you actually do deserve an answer.
Right.
Like you sent a correspondence and have you received it, right?
Right.
And it was in May?
In May. She gave him the specific day. Did you receive the letter and why didn't we get a response? Right. Those were her two very simple questions. But then the Treasury Secretary started politicking.
Oh my God.
He started doing his politician thing and I was like, oh, here we go.
So he's all like, oh, it's so nice to finally meet you and your reputation
is
precedes
reclaiming my time. I was like, whoa. I was like, huh? And she was like, could you please answer the question? Mm-hmm. I don't have to hear about how great I am.
But, okay, to answer your question, and I had to look at his, and I had to look at that. And
reclaiming my time. She demanded number one. I mean, it just, okay. So
she was like, no nonsense.
Right.
Cut the bull.
Yes. Miss me with all that flattering.
I was there when I did great things. You don't have to tell me.
I remember.
I remember.
Thank you
Don't
so
tell me
much.
my resume.
We can talk about this off my time, boo.
I am not looking for a job from you.
No. It was beautiful on so many different levels. Because, okay, let me just tell you, at first when I saw it, I was like, ooh. Like, it's like we're watching somebody get in trouble.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why I was uncomfortable for a moment. I was like, ooh, she tearing him up. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like when you watching your sister get a whooping and you over there hoping you
not me. I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Well, what about the moderator who kept saying, the beautiful representative from California will receive her time.
Yes.
And then the treasurer didn't even understand what
rule.
She meant by reclaiming my time. She's like, you're wasting my time, and my time's going to run out, and you talking this nonsense. So
right.
Give it back.
Right. Give it back to me.
It's
all mine.
Don't count that because he's not answering my question.
Don't count that because he. And then where the video that we'll share ends is she asks the moderator to please explain to him the rule. Mm-hmm. And by the way, don't take this about my time.
Right.
All the time.
Way, let me add a little kick, a little bit of petty.
Right.
Still.
Let me give you a little professional petty.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And she gave him that, and it was just. Okay, so after I got over the feeling like I was watching somebody get in trouble,
right.
I got proud. I felt very proud from not just a black female, a black woman's perspective, just from a woman's perspective.
Exactly.
Because already we know that politics is male dominated.
Yep.
So the fact that she is a woman who is demanding respect in this arena, it made me sit up a little taller because I'm like, yes, that's right.
Should. And he's not answering your question.
He's not. He's dancing around, and he probably felt that he could do that because she's a woman.
And there's a thing about like softening someone so that they can receive what you have to say.
Right.
And I don't think that men talk to each other that way.
Oh,
I think that's the way they feel like they're handling the woman. So she will not be handled. Like she basically was like, okay, I see what you're doing. Mm-hmm. I'm not really here for that. I just need the answer. And it was really pitiful to me that she had to go through such lengths just to get an answer. It was like, dang.
Right.
How many times does she have to say, reclaim my time before he understands, like, yes or no, sir, yes or no.
Right.
Like,
I need you to straighten up.
Just give me an answer.
Be a man, and give me the answer. Adult to adult.
Adult to adult.
So, it did make me proud in that. That was a wonderful example. Not to say that we have to, cut people off, but we have to demand the respect.
Right.
That's all I'm talking about. Demand the respect. And I feel like, a lot of times, like you said, as women, because, okay, yeah, you can get, because you do sometimes want to receive the compliment.
Right.
It's like,
we like that.
Well, thank you. No. At some point, it's appropriate at times. Mm-hmm. We're trying to get down to the business. Miss me with all the small talk.
Yeah, we don't need that.
And let's get on with it.
There's no warm up to this answer. You don't just give me the answer.
You didn't write us back. You didn't. And so why not?
Why? Right. And okay, so at the end, in my head, I was like, dang, like, I was very proud. But then in my head, I was like, I wonder what's going on with the other people's minds in the room.
Right.
Were they like, this lady over here, we gonna call her aggressive. We gonna call her
angry black woman. Sorry. I mean, like.
Right.
Or
the B word.
The B word for all women that try to take charge of a situation.
Because when you're assertive, then of course it's like a negative thing and it's looked on. But if a man were to sit there and say, reclaim my time, like, would people even care? Would it have made the news? Would it have even
I wonder if he would have even had to.
Right. Oh gosh.
Things we're gonna have to take one from old Arsenio. Right. Things to make you say,
But then also, and outside of that, the woman versus man, I mean, it also just shows like what a mockery the legislative branch is right now in this political climate. Because, you know, it's just like no one cares about giving answers and telling the truth about anything. So it's like it could be the fact that she had to try to get her time back just to get an answer was just a climate that had been set in the room based on this administration. Like, oh, we don't need to hear from the Democrats. Like, it doesn't matter.
Right.
We don't need to respond to them. And is anyone really calling anyone on their alternative facts and all the other shenanigans, fake news that are going on?
Yeah.
I do want to kind of talk about feminism. And I am a married woman. I have a husband, and he is a Southern gentleman. We've talked about that before. Yes. And I love that. And so sometimes I get into like a tug of war with being an independent woman. Like, you know, when the song, all the women independent, throw your hands up. And I'm like, can I throw my hands up?
It is it's a what is it? A delicate dance.
It is a delicate dance. And I mean, my favorite song was Neo, Miss Independent. I was married already, but I really dig that. Like, I feel like
I know.
Yes.
And then as daddy's girls, because my daddy, I was a daddy's girl, but he definitely drilled into my head that I need to be able to run it by myself.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people go through that. I had a conversation with one of our faithful listeners, Miss BB, Bree. This guy was taking her out, and he offered to pay for her parking because she beat him there, and he was like, oh man, I wanted to get here before you got here because I wanted to pay for your parking. And she's like, oh, I don't need you to pay for my parking. And so it's like,
yeah.
Like, at what point do you let a man actually be a man? Because I feel like sometimes that is their responsibility. Yes, I know you have it in your pocket.
Right.
Yes, I know you didn't need that little stinking $15.
Right.
But the fact that he thought about it and was considerate.
So she was offended by that?
She was just very, oh no, I don't need, like, she wasn't rude. She was like, you don't have to do that. I got it.
Right. Okay, so the same question was asked when I'm at that other event that we went to. And, you know, our friends, we're all pretty independent wives. So we're married. And there's sometimes, I hope the world famous is not listening. Sometimes there's a game that I play.
Oh, he's going to be listening. Quit playing yourself,
y'all,
girl.
Don't tag him, okay? Shh, this is between us.
Whatever. He follows Sweet Tea and Sunshine. He gonna see when this new episode comes up.
Well, I mean, I think that we've 15 years in marriage, and he knows kind of my thing. So, and I know him. Yes. And so, you know, I can yield and say, okay, look, let me act like I can't do this. Right. So that he can, because he wants to. You know what I mean? That's what they want to provide sometimes. And sometimes he'll act like that. You know, if he's sick and he's like, oh, in the bed, he wants you to make that soup and bring it to him. You know what I mean?
Gosh.
So it's a game, kind of.
Okay, so my husband would say that I'm way too good at playing the damsel in distress.
Yeah, you are. I've seen it.
Oh, hell. No, I don't do all that.
I was like, oh, get it together, girl.
But I feel like if I go into my other person, like, I can be very domineering. I can be very assertive. I can be very bossy, and but we're two
and
very
then you try
strong.
to act like you're not choleric like me, but you really are.
Oh yeah, I get there. I can go there. I absolutely have that same split. Mm-hmm. I really, really do.
We both have the same one.
We really do, and so
and I think our husbands do.
I think so. I try so hard to keep it in check because I know that can turn into such a big conflict. Mm-hmm. It could be bad.